Good evening, Hawk fans. Welcome to Pleasant Grove Hawk Stadium. It is round one of the UIL 4A Division II playoffs. And, Jay, it feels like playoff football outside. And the excitement is playoff football, but in a rarity, playoff football here at home. And getting a home game here at Hawk Stadium. And how important do you think that is for the fans and for the kids and for everybody getting to have one more game out here on the turf?
Well, I think for the seniors specifically, they're definitely taking this in. Watched them during pregame, and saw a couple more eyes, looking around than I have in the past. So It does look like they're soaking it in, and I know that the Pleasant Grove fans that are here tonight are definitely excited that they didn't have to go on the road. But it's a lot better than I guess. Getting outside of your own city when you can just go down the street to the high school. And there's a shot of the fans as they have started moving in. And if you're still out there, there's time to come here and get a good seat and root these Hawks in.
Yeah, it's a 6:30 kickoff tonight, so don't be caught if you show up at normal time. We may be playing the bands at halftime by the time you get here. Pleasant Grove, the number one team in District 7. Coming in with a perfect 10-0 record, finishing out the regular season last week here at home on senior night 10-0. Also, Coach Gibson's 100th win, facing a Rusk Eagles team 6-4. Their 4 losses all coming in district. They're the number 4 seed out of District 8. But as far as playoffs go, Jay, everybody is 0-0. And so talk to me a little bit about this Rusk team that we're going to be playing here tonight.
Well, they're coming in with a 3-game winning streak. They beat Bullard, Brownsboro, and Canton, and they are one of only 3 teams that has scored 21 points against Carthage this year. But in that game, they did allow 49. But so they've got the ability to be able to score. So that's definitely going to be something that I'm going to be watching tonight is, what are they going to be able to do against this PG defense? And, of course, all of the losses that they do have in district, each of those are in the playoffs.
Exactly,
so they've lost to their best teams. And against those best teams, we can sort of, compare that to Pleasant Grove. They've allowed 44 points. So their defense is going to be the biggest question that I have. I do think, since they did put 21 against Carthage, they've got an offense that'd be able to score. And then, of course, their AD, he's in his 4th year, and he's made the playoffs every single year he's been there.
Yeah, I think he's doing a good job putting together a good program there. Rusk, one of those schools, too, that excels in a lot of things. Their band is really good. You'll see that at halftime. Their baseball team, obviously really good. They played deep into the playoffs last year. I think they lost to Liberty Isle on their way to the state championship game. And so just a team with a school with a lot of tradition, a lot of pride. And so I know that they're going to come here tonight ready to play. Kind of 3 guys that make them go. The quarterback, Brady Barrier, he's a sophomore, but he has been leading them out there. Braden Grimes is their leading receiver on the year, and then Bryson Griffin is their starting running back and has been doing most of the damage on the ground. And so we talk about who they have on their side, but I had a principal one time, William Huff, he talked about, he said, well, we're not bringing donkeys to the Kentucky Derby. And so Pleasant Grove, we know is showing up with a high-powered offense, a high-powered defense. We talk about a lot of people across the front. And I'll tell you somebody the last few weeks who I think has really been a spark, especially on that defensive line, is number 36, B.J. Rochelle. He came in cementing things there in the middle of that defensive line. And one of the things that we talked about last week with Coach Wacko was it allows you to not have those offensive guys have to play their own defense. And really he's done a great job of adding something to this Pleasant Grove defense in the second half of the season.
Well, and I also think that we've been able to see the linebackers be able to do a few more extra things than they were doing at the beginning of the season. And some of that's just going to be natural progression, that your defense makes throughout the year. But, it's been very, very impressive that, that BJ has been able to come in there and be that one guy to make that much of an impact on the defense.
Yeah, and that's really, it's just kind of one of those things is how, a ripple effect as it goes from there. On the offensive side, we had 2 guys that last week had record-breaking performances. Akari Johnson tying the record for the most touchdowns in a game, and touchdown passes in a game, rather. And then Jackson Gibson, the most touchdown receptions in a game set last year. Those two guys have connected several times throughout this year. Akari has a ton of weapons out there. He can do it with his feet as well. And really for this offense, as the year has gone, we've really seen that front group and those group of those trench dogs, those linemen up front really begin to solidify and open up some stuff. And the last several weeks especially, this Hawk offense has been clicking really well behind those guys.
Well, with the addition of using Jalen Borley more, has really changed that pace of play. Nick Bells continues just to drive the ball down the field and just get that tough yardage. And so from a rushing standpoint, Akari Johnson has been leading the team in rushing all year. But the last 2 weeks, Jalen Borley has put it on, and he is only 5 yards behind Akari Johnson to get the team leading rushing. So, and he's only 1 touchdown behind him as well. Yep. So there's going to be a little extra push for Borley, I think, to continue to have these weeks. And this is the Borley that we saw his freshman year too. Yeah,
you're exactly right, and I think it's been good to see him come on. Of course, a couple weeks ago had an injury there we were a little bit nervous about, and I think you go back and you talk about Nick Bells. Here's a sophomore that coming into the season, I don't think that anybody would have told you before the season started, hey, this is going to be our number 2 guy who can really get some totes there. But when Borley can come out and you can put somebody else in there that can still get quality positive yardage and do things for you, I think that's powerful. And then we've seen other guys come in there and help run the ball as well. Jordan Patterson got a lot of totes last week and did a really good job.
Well, and Caden McFadden is only averaging 12.3 yards a carry.
Yeah, and that's funny.
When we're able to utilize him, he has been extremely impactful as well.
Yeah, last week he had a couple of those disrespectful runs, I think, where you run and just stiff arm the opponent. Next thing they know, they're bouncing off the turf there, and I'm like, that's some good hard running there from K-Mac.
Well, on Thursday mornings, we've teamed up with Texarkana Friday Night Lights, and we've been doing a little morning show to sort of highlight the athletes in the area. And this past week was extremely fun for me because we had Caden McFadden on, and the stiff arm was discussed. And Akari Johnson and Jackson Gibson were co-MVPs of the week by Texarkana Gameday. So it was definitely a fun little Thursday morning that I had to be able to hang around with Caden a little bit and talk shop.
Get to know a little bit about him. Of course, that young man heading off to Duke here coming up pretty soon, and so just an impressive inside and outside the classroom. You see the Hawks coming out there on the field carrying the American flags. Of course, tomorrow, Veterans Day, so if you see the Rotary flags all around Texarkana, that's what that's about. And so just to all of the veterans out there, every one of you who have chosen to put your lives on the line, serve our country in our military, thank you very much for your service. We appreciate it. We hope that some of you are able to join us here and see where we are tonight. We know that we've got Hawks all over the world that are able to watch this wherever you may be serving. And so if you are one of those veterans or one of the active duty military out serving, being able to watch us tonight, thank you for what you do, and we pray that you have safety and health as we go forward.
Well, these two teams have only met once, and that was in 2016, and PG won 26-14. And this week's Big 12 Player of the Week, who plays for Oklahoma State, had a huge impact on the outcome of that game back then, and that is Xavier Benson. He was instrumental in the very first score of that game when he blocked a punt, and Ryan Pickelman ran that back for the first score. And then he also had a 96-yard scoop and score to sort of lock the game up. And they limited Rusk to only 71 yards back then. And little did we know what the next season would unfold. And that was the first perfect season in state championship for these Pleasant Grove Hawks.
And that's one of those things that I don't think is lost on anybody, is that if this season is going into the state championship, it will be perfect as well. We're going to take you to the PA for the playing of our national anthem tonight. Friday. Now both teams will send their captains out there on the field. Jay, it was really nice to see that flag, but there in the background, something that made me really happy as well, the little white vinyl you see sticking over the edges of the field house down there. That's the roof going on. And just one more step closer to getting that thing dried in and starting to get it closed up. Hawks are sending out the captains for tonight, number 55, Noah Sexton, number 53, Isaiah Wooten, number 3, Justin Castile, number 59, Caden Allen.
And it looks like number 20, Jacob Dowling, number 50, Lionel Ortega. And as soon as I can catch the other two names, I will share that as well.
Team out there trying to see what.
Yeah, I've noticed also there's been quite a bit of dirt work being done behind the new athletic facility.
Pushing some things around, getting the road down, and during Thanksgiving week should be running power down here for a brand new transformer to power up that field house as well as the baseball, softball complex.
So we've got Tim Buford and number 70, Micah Givens.
There's the captain. The Hawks win the toss, elect to receive. We will be going from south to north, and so Pleasant Grove will start off with the ball as we get ready for playoffs 2023. You can hear Quinn getting the crowd fired up in the back. Jay, heading into the playoffs, you got every team that makes it to the playoffs is going to end in a loss except one. And that's who we want to be.
Yeah, the only coach of the losing team in any game from this point out is the head basketball coach.
Yep.
And that just means he gets his players back to get them into some basketball shape.
And we'd like to maybe give those to Coach Colvins right there during the Christmas break. So you can hear the Hawk fans in the background there on their feet filling up Hawk Stadium here on a Friday night. It's playoff football, ladies and gentlemen. It's win or go home. The stakes don't get any higher than this. Set to kick off for the Eagles is number 34, Carlos Galan. Ball teed up right in the middle of the 40. Little short kick. Hawks call for a fair catch. And that's Landon West. And Landon West last week had an interception. Has some really good hands, plays the H-back and defensive end out there and able to secure that. And we saw this last week with Spring Hill. You give the Hawks a short field every time and you may be asking for more trouble than you want. Pleasant Grove 52 yards away from the end zone as we start 1st and 10. Yeah, on our own 48-yard line.
Yeah, the Pleasant Grove efficiency has been one of the impressive things for me this year as far as just every time, or not every time, but most of the time when they do have the ball, they're going to go get points with it.
Akari Johnson has 4 receivers, and we got somebody moving just a little bit too early over here, and Cade Martin says, hey, that's on me. I don't know if he was trying to shift or what was going on there, but he moved a little bit on the side.
Yeah, I didn't keep up with penalties last week, but I know towards the end of the season, Pleasant Grove had definitely cleaned that up going into the last few games.
Same formation. Akari Johnson rolling right now, looks back left, has a man in his face. He's going to pull it down. Akari has a ton of room in front of him. Akari Johnson at the 40, breaks a tackle at the 35-yard line. He'll be bottled up inside the 30, just outside the 25 at the 27. First down, Hawks. Akari had nowhere to go down the field. And then the green grass opened up in front of him, and the senior trigger man does it with his feet.
Yeah, number 2, Spencer Barnett, was there for the stop with a little help from number 12, Jermicah Stearns, who we will probably call his name out a lot. He is leading the team with 106 tackles.
Akari fakes the handoff, throws complete out to the left side. That's Torian Phillips. Picks up a couple of blocks from the lineman down the field off the screen. Be a pickup of 3 on the play, down to the 25-yard line. So they're going to give him credit to the 26. Hawks using tempo now. Quickly back to the line. Akari rolling right. Now we got a flag on the play, and might have out-tempoed ourselves just a little bit. Didn't get everyone set. False start once again will back it up 5 yards. So we'll be behind the sticks. Once again, back to the 30. Look at 2nd down and 13.
Guess it's just some of those home field jitters.
Everybody a little bit fired up this evening. 2 receivers right side, 1 receiver left side. Akari wants to throw, looking to the right. Pitches it just as he's hit. Ball goes out of bounds, incomplete. In the area of Jackson Gibson, but no one there, and Russ doing a good job of getting pressure that time on Akari. Again, same formation, moving quickly. Hand the ball off to Jalen Bordley. Bordley will be wrapped up after a short gain. It's going to be 4th down and 10 for the Hawks here. Big run at the start of this for Akari Johnson. Got the Hawks down here inside the Rusk 30, and a couple of miscues now. We got 4th down and long.
Yeah, number 70 there in the middle, offensive or defensive lineman Micah Givens there for the stop to block up that hole.
4th and 10 for the Hawks with 2 receivers split to each side. Caden McFadden is the tailback. Akari pump fakes to his right, rolls that way, has a man in his face, firing down the field toward the end zone. It's a jump ball. Caught, no, incomplete. Jalen Bordley had it. Ball came out when he hit the ground. It's incomplete, and the ball goes over on down to Rusk, and I thought Bordley had a gem. And we'll see here, Akari again avoiding pressure. A little bit of a late blitz there, and that's number 12 who you talked about earlier. Bordley does a good job of high-pointing this ball. Just unable to pull it in. Of course, that Texar instant replay, I want to remind you that Texarkana Game Day is brought to you free of charge each week. We're not behind a paywall. And we're able to do that because of our sponsors, Gregor Auto, Reliance Mechanical Contractors, Rocasa, and of course our title sponsor, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, and State Bank, and our very own Jay Davis. Russ now on offense. Brady Barrier at quarterback, pitches it out. The ball comes out. It'll go out of bounds, though, and his little quick pitch out to Mason Towbridge. It's going to be a loss of several on the play, and the Hawks back in the middle of that. Ty Boozer back in the backfield, causing some trouble.
Yeah, Ty sniffed that out very well, as the other Hawks on that side of the field. Big loss on this first play for the Eagles.
2nd down and 17 to go now for Rusk. They look over to the sideline. You see this a lot with teams. They get set. Coaches want to see what the defense is doing, and then they'll make an adjustment to that. Barrier from the shotgun, fires to the right, caught. This time it's complete to number 81, Adrian Tumlin. Noah Sexton in on the stop for the Hawks.
Yeah, Torian Phillips there for the first stop to stop the momentum, but Noah once again in the middle of that defensive tackle for Pleasant Grove as the team leader in tackles.
3rd down and 16 now as the Eagles scrimmage from their own 23-yard line. Again, 2 receivers split to each side. Barrier wants to throw, and it's caught right at the first sticks, and he has smoked Torian Phillips. Comes up, and that's a grown man hit.
Well, and that's one of those hits that later in the game may cause a dropped ball.
Make you think about it just a little bit.
And real surprised that we didn't see a little bit of Bryson Griffin there running the ball.
Yeah.
He's leading the team with 808 yards rushing. But Eagles come out with just a passing attack. That first loss probably dictated that.
Jalen Bordley back to receive a punt. We got a fumble on the snap here, and it's there, and the Hawks are going to have the ball.
Yeah, the tunnel that they made to allow it to go back to the punter closed too soon and hit the player and dropped right on the ground.
I don't know if they were trying to get that to the up back and run a fake, or if it was, I don't know. It's a brave place to try a fake punt if that's what had happened. One of the up backs ended up with the ball. I was looking down here at Bordley, and I was also trying to figure out which bus was showing up late in the middle of this my day job is interfering with my volunteer work here.
Right. Well, it's pretty important to Pleasant Grove to get the ball back on the 21 because it's like that first series never ended.
Exactly, just keeping it going from there. And I'm not sure what the question is here. Coach Gibson talking to the referees here. For the time being, it's Pleasant Grove Hawk ball at the 21-yard line. Again, I'm not sure if it was an intentional fake punt or if something happened. We didn't have a shot of that down there. We were trying to get the return by Boardley.
Well, regardless, we've got 9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in this first quarter with Pleasant Grove starting their attack on the 21.
First and 10 Hawks at the 21-yard line. 2 receivers right side, 1 receiver left side. Lance Jackson tied in on the left side. Akari Johnson going toward the end zone, trying to get to the corner. It's going to be incomplete, but there's going to be a flag on the play. Boardley. A lot of contact from Chad McEwen. Number 6, the cornerback there, and we'll have to turn around and try to make a play on the ball. Pass interference.
Well, and as an Eagle fan, that's the best you could have asked for that.
Yeah.
To get that pass interference there, because that was definitely going to be a touchdown should he have not done that.
Yeah, sometimes that's just self-preservation. So the penalty sets the Hawks up first and goal at the 6-yard line. 2 receivers again split to each side. Caden McFadden is the tailback. We get it out here. Nope. We're blowing it dead. I don't know what is going on. So they blew the play dead. I don't see a flag anywhere. Torion Phillips got in.
I heard a faint whistle before the play started, but I couldn't tell if it was maybe coming from the crowd or not.
All right, we're going to try it again. First and goal from the 6. 2 receivers split to each side. Akari rolling to his right, wanting to throw. Has the room in the middle, fires, caught! Touchdown, Hawks! Lance Jackson.
Yeah, Lance adding his 6th TD to his list this year.
And I tell you, when we see that replay, you're going to see number 10, Elijah Francis, really close to that ball, and Jackson just reaching out and using some of his strength to pull that one in. Now we wait on the Caleb Jones extra point. Jackson Gibson is the holder. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it's good. 8:48 remains in the first quarter. The Hawks lead at 7-0. And we'll see this Texar instant replay. Akari rolling to his right, picking up a couple of blocks there. I thought he was going to run on it, and then fires. Hawks with the early lead. We'll take a break. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
You've waited long enough to achieve your dreams. At Texarkana College, now is your time to train for a new career or earn a college degree.
I got a fresh start at TC.
I didn't know where to start until TC.
It was finally my time to start at TC.
I'm finishing when I started at TC.
Texarkana College, it's your time to start or start over.
All right, Hawk fans, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove. The Hawks leading at 7-0 here early in the first quarter. 8:48 remaining in the opening period. A 6-yard touchdown pass from Akari Johnson to Lance Jackson gives the Hawks the early advantage. Do want to give a special shout out to Phone Pros. When we get to the playoffs, you have to purchase the rights to broadcast your game each week. Phone Pros providing the subsidy to bring you this game tonight. Kickoff from Caleb Jones is fielded at the 6-yard line by the deep man. That's Aiden Barnett for Rusk, and he takes a shot. Caden McFadden coming to clean that up on the end. The first man down there was Jalen Boardley. And so Rusk will take over at their own 26-yard line, first down and 10. Last time, the Hawks, with a swarming defense, held them to 0 yards gain and forced a punt. Now the second offensive drive for the Eagles here with 8:43 left in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Matt, I had about a 3-month stretch where Phone Pros was pretty important to me. I had 3 broken screens, and they did a fine job fixing my phones.
Hand the ball off to Bryson Griffin. You talked about it on the last drive. He gets up across the 30, up to the 31-yard line. A pick up of 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 5.
Yeah, Noah Sexton there, one of the Hawks there for the stop, not before a 5-yard gain.
Second down and 5. 2 receivers left side, 1 receiver right side. Hand off to Griffin again. Now he breaks into the second level. It's going to be brought down by Lance Jackson. He'll have enough for the first down, gets it up to the 45-yard line. Good hard runs there. And Griffin leading the team so far this year, just over 800 rushing yards on the season. And he's a big, heavy load when he gets there.
And he can't be lost. He's used in the passing game as well, so look for them to utilize him in that role too.
Everybody in tight as Brady Barrier once again hands it to Griffin, and this time Caden McFadden comes in and gets an arm out there. And then several Hawks coming in to help clean it up. Jamon Wheeler in the middle of that as well. Of course, he's been one of the more prolific tacklers on this Hawk defense. And now Rusk using some tempo with 2 on the right side and 1 to the left side. Hand off Griffin again, and he's going to be spread out and dropped. That's Landon West, and I tell you what, Lance Jackson doing a good job there to snag him up and say, hey, you can celebrate, but don't bark in somebody's face. That's a good way to get yourself a penalty.
But that play will be on his huddle.
It will be on his huddle, yeah. So. Beautiful play there. Just take it and back up and don't get yourself in trouble. Third down now behind the sticks, 3rd and 12 from the 39-yard line. Barrier pulls it down now, wanting to run into the middle. And there's B.J. Rochelle. We talked about him. He tees up the quarterback and brings him down still shy of the original line of scrimmage. They may have picked up 1 yard on that play as he was flushed out of the pocket.
And Eddie Tank did a very good job staying back whenever the line went in. And the quarterback had an open lane until Eddie stepped right back in and caused him to slow down where B.J. could catch him.
4th down now. And this time the Eagles do get a punt off. Going to bounce at the Hawk 30-yard line and take a good roll for the Eagles. And this is going to pin Pleasant Grove all the way back inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. The Hawks have 96 yards to go. 6:12 left in the first quarter. Pleasant Grove leading at 7-0 here. Scoreboard down at the bottom brought to you each week by Commercial National Bank. Appreciate them and their sponsorship of Texarkana Game Day.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove defense has done their job the first 2 series and gives the offense the ball a little bit of green pasture in front of them before they can get into the end zone.
Last offensive drive ended with a Akari Johnson to Lance Jackson touchdown from 6 yards away. Now we're 96 yards away from the end zone. Hand off to Jalen Bordley. Bordley trying to come around the left side, and Jalen Bordley's on the move. Jalen Bordley's at the 40. He's at midfield, cuts it back across. Jalen Bordley picking up a block. Jalen Bordley, 10, 5, touchdown Hawks. 96 yards for Jalen Bordley.
Yeah, what a block there by number 12, Jabron Baltimore, to make sure that he gets across the field there.
Waiting on the extra point now from Caleb Jones. His kick is up, and it is good. 5:55 left in the first quarter. Hawks leading at 14-0, and Jalen Bordley gets the Hawks out of the shadow of their own end zone. And you talked about it, Jay, here. Once we get to about the 40. Jalen cuts it across the field, picks up a good block from Jabrian there. Number 2 doing a little dance on the 40. Jabrian springs him there, and once we get to the 25, it's off to the races. Hawks up 14-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Here at Local Habit Coffee Company, we are true coffee connoisseurs and the area's only third wave coffee shop. We are excited as football and fall rolls around to introduce this year's fall drink lineup. We have an all-organic homemade pumpkin spice latte, a delicious s'mores latte, and finally, a smoked maple bourbon cortado that can only be described as fall in a cup. No matter what your preference, you can get your dose of fall right here at Local Habit. We cannot wait to see you in one of our shops, and remember to go make something good happen.
Welcome back here to Pleasant Grove as the Hawks set to kick off. Caleb Jones with the ball teed up on the left hash after the 96-yard touchdown run.
And give Cade Martin a little shout out too. He was directly behind Jalen on that run, so he had his lineman down there trying to get him some blocks too, but just wasn't needed based on his speed and talent to cut it across the middle.
High end over end kick. And it's going to be fair caught by Cody Smallwood of the Eagles. So Rusk will have it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. So the Hawks with a little gamesmanship here on special teams. Hawk defense has forced 2 punts. Let's see if we can keep it going here. 5:55 left in the first. Hawks up 14-0. Stepped on my headset. 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side. Man in motion for the Eagles is Aiden Barnett. He gets the handoff, carrying around the right side, has a lot of blockers. Picks up some positive yardage there, and that's just student body right there on the sweep around the right side. Picks up 6 yards on the play up to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Aiden actually has I believe he's got a brother on the team as well, number 2, that we will be calling his name a few times tonight. Both of them very good athletes.
2nd down and 4. 2 receivers right side, 1 receiver left side. Fake the sweep again, this time try to hand up the middle, and the Hawks are having none of it. Jalen Foster, number 44, the first man in there for Pleasant Grove. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, Eddie Tank doing a great job just standing up 2 of the Eagle players to allow Foster to get in there for that tackle.
3rd down and 5 now as the Eagles look over to the sideline for the call. Burning up some clock now here with 5:12 and rolling in the first quarter. 2 to the right side, 1 on the left side. For Brady Barrier, he wants to throw. Now he pulls it down and he's going to run. And the hole he had closed up quickly. We'll get credit for about 2 yards with the Hawks in the middle of that. And there's Eddie Tank once again. And that young man is having himself one heck of a first quarter. Noah Sexton coming in to help clean that one up.
Yeah, Hawks just looking real good at just flying to the ball to force another punt team back on the field for the Eagles.
4th down and 3 right here near midfield. I'd be telling my guys to watch for some foolery. Of course, last time they got a really big punt, pinned the Hawks back deep. Didn't help a whole lot except on Jalen's stats. End over end kick, and it's going to be fielded this time. KJ Reeder, he's looking for a return around the left side, and he's going to be bottled up just across the 30 near the 33-yard line. Number 10, Elijah Francis on the tackle. So Pleasant Grove will have it 1st down and 10 at our own 33-yard line. 4:08 now remaining in the first quarter. Rusk able to take just under 2 minutes off the clock here.
Yeah, KJ Reader rotated his body just in time not to get a be accepting of a kill shot. From an eagle.
That was made me a little nervous when he ran up there to get it. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay. That's why we stand up here and talk about it instead of get down there running around. 1st and 10 now from the Hawks, 33-yard line. Tight formation now. Jackson Gibson will be out on the right side. Kari Johnson wants to throw, trying to get it down the middle, and it is caught by Jackson. Jackson Gibson, just a little seam route. Should have called his name earlier. He gets it all the way down to the Rusk 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Hawks, and Jackson Gibson just jumping up to high point that ball, pull it down, and showing strong hands to hang on to it as he hit the ground. And it gets the Hawks quickly into Eagle territory.
It just seemed like for about a half second there, he was just floating at that high point, and Aiden Barnett was just not able to make a defensive play on that ball.
Hawks send 2 receivers to each side. And Akari throws it toward Jackson. It bounces down. I'll tell you what, he had Carter Holland in his face. Big number 44 for Rusk. You can see him there on the screen. Akari said he's going to try to get out of his way. Quickly now back to the line come the Hawks. Bring Lance Jackson back in for some extra protection on the left side in the backfield. Hand the ball off to Nick Bales. Bales bounces it out to the left side. Nick Bales at the 20. Going to take a shot at the end of the run, but Nick Bales moves the sticks plus some all the way down to the 15-yard line, and it's 1st down Hawks. Nick Bales, little speed back, providing some burst around the left side.
Yeah, number 2, Spencer Barnett there for the stop to try to force him out of bounds with a good hit.
Quickly back now, Bales with it again, diving into the middle, and I'll tell you what, looked like he was balled up quickly, and he just kept his head down, squirted out the other side. Bales is all the way down to the 7-yard line, 2nd down and 4. And again, the Hawks tempo, and now Rusk is going to be forced to call a timeout if they're trying to trade personnel. Would have had 12 on the field. We're going to take a timeout with them, an A&M timeout. This is Texarkana Game Day. Hawks in timeout here, 2nd down and 3 from the 7-yard line. Russ taking a timeout there as this Hawk offense was using tempo to get down the field. Timeouts brought to you each and every week by Texas A&M Texarkana. Thank you for your sponsorship of Hawk football. Corey Johnson brings them back out on the field. Jalen Bordley now in at tailback. Torion Phillips far over to the right side of the formation as the Hawks will scrimmage from the left hash. 2 receivers out there to the left, and there's going to be a flag on the play, false start. He got moving a little too early over there on the left side. 2nd and 3 turns into 2nd down and 8.
Now, I believe that's the 3rd penalty like that that's been called, and so far it hasn't hurt the Hawks. Definitely want to try to clean that up as this game progresses.
3 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the opening quarter at Hawk Stadium. Handoff, Jalen Bordley. Bordley trying to turn the corner at the 10. Jalen Bordley spins off of a tackler. Be shoved out of bounds shy of the 1st down. Gets the 5 yards back from the penalty. Now it'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Jalen tough running there around the edge, just could not find a crease to slip through.
Ty Boozer coming out, Lance Jackson coming into the H-back position to replace him. Now they send Torion Phillips over to the left side. Roland Ritchie, Jackson Gibson are on the right side. Akari fakes the handoff, rolls left, has a man in his face, breaks free of that tackler, pulls it down. Akari Johnson trying to pick up some blocks, tells his guys to run, fires incomplete, trying to get it to Torian Phillips, and I see what he was trying to do there, but I think if Akari turns and runs toward the goalpost, he's probably going to run into it before he hits an Eagle defender. A little bit easier to see those run lanes from up high, but he's going to go back and see that one there. Just overthrew Torian Phillips, who was in the backfield. The line had done a really good job to not get past the line of scrimmage to keep the option of a pass alive, but here on 4th down, the Hawks trying to punch it in here. 4th and 4. Ball is on the 8-yard line. We can get a first down just inside the 5. 4 seconds on the play clock, and now the Hawks are going to take a timeout to talk about it. Timeout here with 2:43 remaining in the first quarter. We're going to keep it here with you. Do want to give a special congratulations to Coach Eric Pickett, our tennis coach here at Pleasant Grove. He has been named the Texas Tennis Coaches Association 4A Coach of the Year for Region 2, and he continues to improve things in our tennis program, does a great job with those young men and women from the middle school all the way up, and so congratulations to Coach Eric Pickett. I do want to let you know that tonight we are following the Farmersville Farmers versus Caddo Mills Foxes game. Provided we handle business and win tonight, we will play the winner of that game next week, and so we'll be watching that as we go. They kick off here in just about 3 minutes. Out of the timeout now. Hawks still sending the offense out on the field. It's 4th down and 4. Went for it on 4th and 10 earlier, unable to convert. Second time we are going for it on 4th down here in this ball game. 2:43 in the opening quarter. Akari. Oh, ball's on the ground. Ball still bouncing around. Now we scoop it up. Caden McFadden dives toward the end zone, waiting on the call. Touchdown! Touchdown, Hawks! They kept us in suspense. They might have been trying to figure out if they saw the same thing we did, because Caden McFadden left the ground somewhere around the 4-yard line. And on a play that bounced around in the backfield and had all the potential for disaster, Caden McFadden turns it into a touchdown as he turns north and south. Launches himself into the end zone. Kick is up. Hawks up 21-0. No, it's no good. Just over to the right. We'll see if we've got this replay from the touchdown here.
And I think we're going to see Martin making a good block here to release Caden.
Ball goes all the way back to the 25 before K-Mac is able to scoop it up. Block there. There's Lance Jackson. And then from the 4, a dive in. Touchdown, Hawks. 2:32 left in the first quarter. Pleasant Grove 20, Rusk 0. We'll take a break. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Caleb Jones set to kick off for the Hawks again from the left hash. Last time it was a high kick. This time a little bit deeper, all the way back to the 25-yard line. Cody Smallwood trying to get a return going for the Eagles. He gets it up to the 32. And that's where Rusk will take over, first down and 10. Pleasant Grove leading 20-0, 2:27 remaining in the opening quarter here. Hawks with some other guys out there on defense. KJ Greer, sophomore, coming in to give Eddie Tank a little bit of a breather. Of course, Eddie getting ready to play some bass drum there at halftime along with the Pride in Motion band. He's still got a whole other quarter to play before that. Brady Barrier and company now. Out on the field. Quarterback wants to throw. Fire across the middle. It's tipped in the air. Oh! Incomplete. About 4 different Hawks got a hand on it. Jamon Wheeler with a chance to pull that one down, but it falls incomplete. And that could have spelled disaster for Rusk here early in this one.
Yeah, those of you that are watching on social media, let us know where you are watching from.
Handoff now to Bryson Griffin. He gets up across the 35-yard line. Hard hit there from Xavion Johnson. Coming up from the safety position to make the tag there. 3rd down and 5 to go.
Jay Selrod also making his presence known on that hit.
Now Rusk using a little bit of tempo. Hand it to Griffin again. Trying to bounce it out to the left. He's going to be close to first down yardage. Looks like he may have enough for it. Landon West comes in to make the tackle, but it is enough for the first down. And so that moves the chains for Rusk. 150 in the opening quarter with the clock rolling now. 2 receivers out to the right side. The man by himself to the left side is the leading receiver, Braden Grimes. Hand the ball off to Griffin again, and this time the Hawks stack him up, and he has nowhere to go, and Lance Jackson meets him in the backfield and gets some help from Jamon Wheeler. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Jackson breaking the offensive line to stand him up and take him down for a tackle.
Bryson Griffin, a good hard runner, but Lance Jackson, well, I'm just going to mix their names up together. Lance Jackson, a different kind of guy to run into there in the backfield. Bring in some extra blockers in the backfield. Rusk wants to pass, firing to the right, incomplete, sails over the head. They're going to throw a flag on Torion Phillips. And
pass intended for number 7, Chance Washington, went incomplete.
Probably close to an uncatchable pass, but also I'm not sure Torion ever even tried to look to see if the ball was coming there. It's kind of one of those, as a Hawk fan, I could make a case for it not being pass interference. If we were on offense, I'd be making a pretty good case that it was.
Well, and you have to make the job for the referee a little harder by turning around and at least making him think that.
Yeah.
But one of the great things that we have tonight is we're also streaming the Texas High game, and we've actually got someone watching from the Texas High game.
There you go.
The Pleasant Grove game. So good luck to Texas High tonight.
Everybody in tight. Bryson Griffin looking for a hole in the middle, and he is met by Caden McFadden. Got credit for a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. And a meeting of the ones out there on the field.
A couple other towns to highlight here. We've got Nashville, Tennessee, Houston, Texas, Ponder, Texas, Claremont, Florida, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Tampa, Florida, and somewhere in Arkansas.
Barrier wanting to throw. Firing down the field. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Braden Grimes. He's about 2 yards out of bounds before the ball got there. It'll be 3rd down and 9 to go. 17.4 seconds left in this first period. Thought that would be the final play, but incomplete pass stops the clock there.
And I'm not sure, do you just go ahead and go in down 20? Oh, I'm daydreaming here. I was thinking it was going in the second half here.
Met in the backfield, B.J. Rochelle. And when we come back after the quarter break, it's going to be 4th and forever for the Eagles. We'll take a break. Hawks leading at 20-0. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on – oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. They're going to send them the Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Super Center. In Texarkana, classic Buick GMC, classic Cadillac, classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, classic Kia, classic Mazda, classic Pre-Owned, the Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit gregorauto.com.
Welcome back here as we get ready to start the second quarter. Hawks up 20-0, and the Eagles set to punt. Roland Ritchie back deep for the Hawks, standing near the 25-yard line. High punt. Ball bounces on the ground, and looks like Rusk got on it, and they did. A little pushing and shoving after it, but Roland Ritchie comes up to try to field it. Unable to get a handle on it. It's going to be recovered by the Eagles. And it's going to be Rusk ball at the Hawk 22-yard line. So this Hawk defense has come up big, and this will be their biggest test so far of the evening.
Looks like they did wave the flag off.
No flag on there, and I think they.
Timeout, Pleasant Grove.
Hawks want to take a timeout. Gibson. Let's see, I'm not sure what you got. Both coaches there talking a little bit about kind of what happened in the middle of that play. It had nothing to do with what was going on there. Had a couple of guys just really pushing on each other during the play. I'm not really sure where it ended up there. Once the play was over, both teams kind of got everybody out of the way, and both coaches maybe wanting to talk about it some.
Well, turnovers definitely giving them some great field position here. Try to get this back within a 2-score game.
So Russ with the most threatening field position, as you said, of the evening. Brady Barrier and company with it, 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Empty backfield now. Well, Barrier's going to come back over and has Bryson Griffin back there with him. 3 receivers left side, 1 receiver right side. They want to throw to the left. Caught. Down on the ground. It's caught by number 16, Cody Smallwood. They're trying to set up a little screen out there, but he was down on the ground. Loses
to number 16, Cody Smallwood.
4 yards on the play.
Results in a loss on the play. Second down, Eagles.
It'll be 2nd down and 16 now for the Eagles. Back at the 27-yard line. Now they send everybody over to the right side. After getting ready to maybe run behind him. Nope, little screen pass again. This time caught by number 3, Braden Grimes. But he's just unable to get very far. Xavion Johnson coming up to bring him down.
Jace Elroy did a great job standing the other blocker straight up to create a little lane for who was it that was it?
Xavion Johnson.
Xavion Johnson went up there and made the tackle.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't get the tackle, at least disrupt something going on there and let something else happen. 4 receivers now, 2 to each side. Grimes, there's going to be a flag on the play for a hold. He's firing toward the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown, but it's going to come off because Landon West, you can see walking around with his shoulder pad sticking out of his jersey, because there's going to be a holding flag there as he was nearly pulled down from behind. Hawks had 2 guys with a chance to knock that one down, though, and it went in between both of them for a catch. That thing saved for the penalty. That would have been a Rusk touchdown, and their band is fired up about it, but they're about to be deflated. And they see, oh, yeah, there we go. That's the sound of what just happened. So the penalty will back it up all the way back across the 40 to the 42. And so now the Hawk band will crank up and get louder and say, we'll go ahead and play now. Thank you very much. 2 receivers to each side. Quarterback firing down the field, and this time it's picked off. Akari Johnson has it, and he's got a return set up at the 30. Akari Johnson at the 40, steps out of bounds near midfield. Akari Johnson, the quarterback, out playing cornerback. So back-to-back turnovers, and now the Hawks have it, and you can see the ball fired up in the air, and Akari Johnson just high points it. They're trying to get it to Washington. And Akari Johnson with a 32-yard return, and now there's a flag against Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, they're going to call a hit on the quarterback, which is going to bring an automatic first down for the Eagles.
First down and move it. So
both teams have had big plays canceled by penalties.
We got a hit on the quarterback there. Yeah, exactly like you say. Does that. Now it's going to be first down for the Eagles.
I don't know if the referee and Gibson had each other on their Christmas card list, but if it has not been mailed out, I think they're both going to save postage.
Take them off of there. They did give a sideline warning to the other side. I did see that call as well. So after the hit on the quarterback, the interception comes off the board, and it's first down Eagles at the 27-yard line. We're kind of back where we started this whole thing from in the beginning. Bryson Griffin with a handoff in the middle.
Handoff to number 1, Griffin.
Be brought down near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, nothing available in the hole that he was intending on running through, and tried to take it back to the middle, but Eddie Tank and team were there to make that tackle.
2nd and 8 now for Barrier and company. Griffin with the carry again. He'll get some positive yardage. Jaden Scales wraps him up for the Hawks. 3rd down and about 4 now from the 21-yard line. 9:41 remaining in the first half of the ball game. Hawks up by 3 scores here.
Yeah, Jaden making a good stop there. He had some yards in front of that if he was not there to make that stop.
Man in motion. Barrier hands off to Griffin again. Looks like forward progress is going to get him down to about the 16. It should be enough to move the sticks, and it is first down. Eagles. And now Barrier's coming out of the game, the quarterback, and looks like maybe we've got some Wildcat formation going in here, a little trickery. Got number 42 in the backfield. Is that 42? No, that's 12. Number 12 in the backfield, Jermichael Stearns. And Chase Elrod, the sophomore, coming up and says, hey, you're going to have to do more than just get it straight to the tailback if you're going to fool me. And they bring him down the backfield. And so Russ says they've seen all that they want to see. 2nd down and 11 now, and they're going to send the quarterback back in.
Yeah, Jace Elrod just explodes past the defensive end there to make that stop.
Yeah, he came up and closed with a hurry there. 2 receivers to the right side now, 1 to the left side. The offense back in there with Brady Barrier and company. Barrier wants to throw, looking left. Now pulls it down, going back to his right. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be a hold. Barrier's going to pull it down. Steps out of bounds at the 10. KJ Reeder in pursuit over there. There is a flag at the 25-yard line. It is a hold or a block in the back.
Yeah, Lance Jackson.
Coach what they want to do here.
Yeah, Lance Jackson did a
hold,
great job putting pressure and drawing that hold.
Coach says we want to back it up and keep 2nd down going. Backs it up to the 27-yard line. And here the Hawk band quietly playing, and I have a feeling they're going to crank it up here as we get ready to start this play. Everybody in tight, and now Rusk going to call a timeout. 8:15 remaining in the first half. Hawks up 20-0. We're going to take a timeout with them. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Rusk using their second timeout of the first half. They want to talk about it here. Second down and 21. Ball back on the 27-yard line. Barrier looks over to the sideline. He's joined in the backfield by Bryson Griffin. Cody Smallwood and Braden Grimes lined up to the left side of the formation. He looks that way. Caught Smallwood. He's going to get it down to the 20. Still outside the sticks. It'll be third down and about 13 to go as the Eagles quickly get back to the line here.
Well, Matt, I plan on joining them about 35 minutes once this game's over, but my entire deer hunting crew at Big Buck Lodge is watching as we see this pass. Give them a little shout out at Washington, Arkansas.
Pass intended for Chance Washington falls incomplete, but there is a flag false start for the Hawks. This will be a free 5-yard penalty. So you got an early morning for opening day in your future.
I do.
Tomorrow. We got out last week, opening season in Texas. And I had my son and everybody out there. My friend Eric Aiken was with us. He was about 200 yards behind us. Got in the stand in the afternoon, and 3 minutes later, had an 8-point on the ground. So pretty good day for Mr. Aiken to get the season started. Two receivers to each side now. Grimes wants to throw, rolling to his right. Caught out of the backfield is Smallwood, and he's going to be dropped. Yep, looks like maybe a face mask there. And Xavion Johnson, he put his hands up. I don't know that it was intended there. I'll see if we can see the replay here and see what happened with that. It's going to be a, let's see if we can see the tackle here. Oh. He had the replay there, I think he had a shoulder pad and his hand came across and hit him in the mouth. But also, real time certainly looked like a face mask there. So the penalty against the Hawks is going to make it first down and goal now from the 6-yard line for the Eagles. Rusk with their best scoring chance of the evening. Griffin looking to run it in the middle, and he runs into a tank. Eddie Tank, the first man in there, and then several other Hawks joining the party. Landon West helping clean it up along with B.J. Rochelle. It'll be second down and goal now from the 6.
Yeah, if I'm running the ball against Pleasant Grove, I'm not going against B.J. and Tank tonight.
Clock rolling inside of 7 minutes now remaining in the first half. Second and goal, Rusk threatening at the 6-yard line. Tight formation here. Quarterback wants to throw. Firing a little slant route. Caught. Touchdown. Braden Grimes, leading receiver. Runs a good route there, being covered by Xavion Johnson, but just gets himself inside. And the quarterback barrier hits him in stride, and so Rusk on the board for the first time, waiting on the extra point from Carlos Galan. This kick is up, and it is good. 6:51 remaining in the first half. Hawks 20, Eagles 7. Touchdown pass here makes it a 2-score ball game. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
You've waited long enough to achieve your dreams. At Texarkana College, now is your time to train for a new career or earn a college degree.
I got a fresh start at TC.
I didn't know where to start until TC.
It was finally my time to start at TC.
I'm finishing when I started at TC.
Texarkana College. It's your time to start or start over.
Welcome back here, folks. Rusk will be kicking off to the Hawks after the touchdown pass makes it 20-7 in favor of the home team. Carlos Galan set to kick off.
I just watched the replay since the stream's a little bit slower than live play, and that was a great pass and catch there by the Eagles.
Yeah, he put that thing right where it needed to be. We'll see how Galan's kick goes here. Last time, a little short end over end. This one fielded at the 25-yard line by Jalen Bordley. Bordley will be up across the 40 and knocked out of bounds near the 45. Early in the first quarter, Caddo Mills leading Farmersville 7-0. 6:55 left in the opening of that. Also around our districts, the Center Rough Riders up 15-7 over Gilmer. And the other game was played last night, Carthage versus Liberty Ilo. Carthage defeating Liberty Ilo 42-0. That's the 4 by-district matchups of the playoff teams coming out of our district. Hawks now first down and 10 at our own 44-yard line. Kari Johnson and company making their way out onto the field. Jalen Bordley will be the tailback. He sends Justin Castile wide to the left side. 2 receivers are out on the right side. Hand the ball off to Bordley. Jalen Bordley looking for some room in the middle. Runs into a would-be tackler, Elijah Francis, and takes him on a ride for about 6 yards up across midfield to the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 3 to go now. Hawks with tempo. Bordley over to the right side in the backfield. They hand to him again, coming left. This time it's read well by the Eagles. They're able to get back there and wrap up Bordley in the backfield. Will be a loss of 2 back to the other 49-yard line.
Yeah, Jacob Dowling there for the stop, bringing up this 3rd and 5 opportunity for Pleasant Grove.
Clock rolling inside of 6 minutes left in the opening half here. 2-score ball game. Hawks up 20-7. Now Lance Jackson coming in place of Ty Boozer.
Yeah, you brought up the Gilmer and Center game. Center's only averaging 50 points a game so far this year.
Yeah, I figured that game is going to be high scoring and back and forth. 2 receivers to each side. Akari Johnson looking left, throws, caught. Jalen Bordley out of the backfield with it. He has enough for the first down and more. He's going to be down inside the 30, shoved out of bounds near the 27.
Yeah, Jason Overstreet there, one of the Eagles to help force him out of bounds, but not before he got enough yardage to get it to the 28 and a first down for Pleasant Grove.
Good blocks down the field by the Hawk receivers on the left side. Heavy to the right now. Hand it to Bordley to come left. Kind of got tripped up in the backfield. Still leaned forward. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, that was McFadden that slipped in there into the backfield. Give it a little change of pace.
Yeah. K-Mac already with a very athletic touchdown play earlier in this. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. This one a little more conventional handoff just into the middle. Last time he had to scoop the ball up off the turf, but the Eagles read this one well. 51 coming up to make the stop for them. That's Marley Gonzalez. And it's going to be 3rd down and 7 to go for the Hawks. You feel like you're in 4-down territory for sure down here on the 26. Spreading them out now. 3 on the right side, 1 to the left side is Torian Phillips. And that's where Akari wants to go, and there's a little bit of miscommunication between him and his senior receiver. Torian cut the route off inside, and Akari was sending it toward the corner. Sailed over everyone's head, and now it's 4th down and 7 to go. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. Clock stopped on the incomplete. Bordley back now in at tailback. Jackson Gibson and Justin Castile out to the left side. Akari looking to his right, has lots of guys in his face. He's going to pull it down. Akari Johnson firing down the field. Caught, touchdown Hawks! Jalen Bordley floats out of the backfield. Got behind the defender, and Akari Johnson on a run. Put that one on a rope.
And Akari had great management of the field, knew exactly where that line of scrimmage was, and released that ball before he crossed that line of scrimmage.
Pretty impressive to put that much on something when you're moving your feet that fast. Now we wait on Caleb Jones' kick. The last one was off to the right. This one, the kick is up, and it's good. 4:32 left in the first half. Hawks 27, Eagles 7. We'll take a break. See here, Akari has to pull it down. Several guys in his face. And then he sees his friend Bordley. Touchdown. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day. We are back. Hawks set to kick off once again, 27-7. Jalen Bordley, this time with a touchdown through the air from Akari Johnson. Adds to his season total. Caleb Jones with the ball teed up on the left hash. High Maverick style kick. We feel at the 35-yard line, and that's where Rusk will take over first down and 10. Smallwood, the man coming up to reel that ball in.
It'll be interesting to see how the defense comes out. I know after that last score by the Eagles, they spent a little time talking about things on the sidelines, so you got to think that they had a little coaching and maybe some things that the coaches saw from up here to be able to keep that from reoccurring.
Like Coach Darby probably getting those guys fired up over there on the sideline. Two receivers left side, one over to the right side now for Brady Barrier and company. Pitch the ball. That's Aiden Barnett trying to come around the corner, and he's going to be met by Xavion Johnson. And it's going to be a loss of one on the play. Zay getting back into the backfield there to meet Barnett.
Yeah, Isaiah Wooten also going parallel to the runner, helping with that stop.
Kenmarion Jones playing the left defensive end now. He's a sophomore out there getting some time in for the Hawks. Helping to provide pressure on that last play. Two receivers now split to each side for Barrier. He wants to throw. Fires underneath. Caught. And again, the Hawks quickly on it. Torion Phillips was able to wrap Chance Washington up immediately, and Washington, the freshman out there on the field, is a little bit slow to get up. And I don't know, it looks like they had a collision with three people right at the end of that as Torion was bringing him down, and might have knocked helmets a little bit there. 3 minutes and 42 seconds are left in this opening half. The Hawks lead by 20, 27-7. Good crowd out here for the Hawks, you can see.
Yeah, I saw some social media calls from some of the moms to make sure if you're allowed, sit in the center of the stands, because they wanted to bring it tonight, and I've definitely heard them myself.
Get everybody fired up out there.
Chance Washington able to get up and start going to the other sideline with limited help from the coaching staff.
Hopefully that young man will be feeling better. The Pleasant Grove Booster Club wants us to announce to you tonight that they will be selling Hawk gear at the trailer tonight, but it will also be posted on pghawks.com and on the Booster Club Facebook page. There and have a raffle for some Michael Walkup merchandise, 2013 NLCS MVP, 2015 All-Stars. Got a baseball. Looks like a couple of pairs of cleats there from Michael Walker. Check that out on pghawks.com.
And if I can press the Rangers ownership, Walker's available.
He is available.
Bring him home.
I'm sure they're watching us tonight. So.
Shore up that back-to-back opportunity.
Two receivers out to each side now. Barrier pulls it down to run, and he is not going to get anywhere.
Guess who did that?
B.J. Rochelle. Mama, there goes that man.
36, B.J. Rochelle.
Lost back to the 41, the 39 on the play, and fourth down, and the Eagles are set to punt.
Yeah, B.J. Rochelle did a great job fighting the block off and tackling him to bring up a fourth down punting opportunity for the Eagles.
Jalen Bordley standing back near his own 30-yard line. He's going to have to back up to get this one. He's going to let it go. It bounces at the 20. He points it out to the Rusk players running down there. It's very nice of him. And the ball will be down at the 10-yard line, 90 yards away. He might have remembered what happened last time it punted like that, and so he said, hey, go back there and down it, and let me get me another 90 yards on the books here. 2:32 left in the first half. Hawks up 27-7 offense. Taking over now after the defense forces a punt from the Eagles once again.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove defense continues to look good tonight, limiting the Eagles to very few first downs and only one score for tonight.
1st and 10 Hawks at the 10. 90 yards away from pay dirt. Two receivers split to each side. Jalen Bordley is the back. Akari Johnson wants to throw. Has some men in his face. Rolls back into his own end zone. Firing down the field. Incomplete. Several flags on the play. He was trying to get it to Jalen Bordley. A lot of pushing and shoving at the end of that, and we'll see what the call is here. 3 flags. There's pass interference against the defense. It's going to move the Hawks down the field. A lot of contact before that ball got there. Moves it up to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 Hawks from there.
Yeah, Bordley did a good job recognizing that there was going to be a little movement required by him as Akari was scrambling for his life back there, and both of them tried to hook up, but not before pass interference got in the way. Maybe they called offsetting penalties here.
Went back to the 25.
Okay.
3 receivers right side, 2 receivers left side. Ball bounces on the ground. Akari's able to get back on it, and snap got back there. I think maybe he just started to move a little bit too early. Be a loss of a few on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Hawks.
Yeah, I think Akari saw a spot he wanted to go to a little too quick.
Yeah, he tried to get moving there. 1:58, the clock is running now, left in the first half. Hawks not showing too much tension here. We do have 1 timeout remaining. Everybody in tight. Pitch it out to Jalen Bordley. Bordley trying to get around the right side. Bordley bounces it outside. Going to be bottled up. Number 10, Elijah Francis. Brings him down after a pickup of about 7 on the play.
Just shy of the 30-yard line.
Bring up 3rd down and 7 to go now.
Yeah, some tough running there by Bordley to be able to get the yards that he did.
Clock is still running. They calling forward progress there, not out of bounds, and so we are at 1:13 as the Hawks break the huddle. 2 receivers to each side. Akari Johnson looking to his left to throw. Fires. Incomplete. Trying to get it out to Jackson Gibson, and I tell you, he almost got Gibby's head taken off.
Yeah, Spencer Barnett was on pace to take Jackson out should he have caught that. And good coverage there by the Eagles. Bring up 4th down, and the first time we've seen Cade McMartin back there.
Cade Martin's
to
at
punt.
the punt, yep. So has some of those big guys up ready to block for him. And Rusk doesn't even have anybody back deep. As they send the house, Cade gets it off. He gets hit at the end of it. He's trying to sell a hit there.
I do see some flags.
There's a flag on the play. So we'll see what the call is here. Cade was a little bit slow to get up. I don't know if that's a
Flag on the play.
because he was hurt or because he was acting, but hey. See what you can get here. So we'll see if it's a running into or a roughing variety. They're going to call a personal foul variety, so it's a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. So 54.8 seconds, and the Hawks are a little more alive here. So Cade Martin came out. First time the Hawks were forced to punt.
Kari Johnson's still on the sideline getting the play call from Coach Gibson.
Moves the ball to the 43-yard line. 57 yards away from the end zone. Akari wants to throw. Pulls it down now. He's going to be drugged down from behind, gets across midfield. Now the Hawks showing some tempo here. Trying to move it with 40 seconds on the clock. Akari with the snap. Firing down the field, trying to get it to Torian Phillips, incomplete. Aiden Barnett in coverage. He really may have had the best chance at that ball, and Torian doing a good job to knock it out of his hands.
Well, Akari having a lot of trust in his receivers tonight, especially on that play, throwing that 50-50 ball up. Unfortunately for the Hawks, neither one of them came down with it.
Hold for the Hawks makes it second down and 13 now. Moves it back to the Pleasant Grove 41-yard line. 33 seconds left with two receivers to each side. Fake to Bordley. Caught by Torian. Torian Phillips picks up a block, and Torian Phillips is at the 40 and on the move. Torian Phillips at the 20. The 15, shoved out of bounds there. Rusk thought they had a strip down there. Go out of bounds. Torian Phillips has it all the way down to the 14-yard line.
It's going to be first down for the Hawks with 20 seconds remaining before halftime.
Pleasant Grove being able to get this inside into the red zone. 20 seconds left in this first half.
First and 10 Hawks at the 14 after the catch by Torian Phillips. Thanks for that, Jay. My day job was crossing paths with me again here. Got a bus broke down for the Eagles as I need to leave here on campus. Told him that's fine. Akari with the fake pitch, pulls it down now. Akari Johnson with lots of room in front of him. Picks up a block from Martin. Akari Johnson's in for the touchdown, and there's a flag on the play, and I don't know about that. Cade Martin came in and made a block, but he hit the guy in the side. That's not a block in the back. Look at the replay here. Akari Johnson came forward. No, they're going to be a hold maybe. Yeah, there's a block there, but that's maybe they got a hold before that, looked like. Excuse me. Oh, they're waving it off. Touchdown Hawks, so they talked about it. And I think they threw it after that hit by Cade. I think they came back and talked about it and said, hey, that was from the side there.
There was a pancake on the play, and I was just wondering if it was possibly because of the discussion afterwards.
Right. Waiting on the extra point now. Caleb Jones is up and good. We're going to stay here with it. 11.3 seconds remaining in the first half. 34-7 in favor of the Hawks. Rusk does get the ball. As we start the second half, we'll let you know. We will have this. Look at this run again here. And big hit there. Springs the car, and he is in for the touchdown.
Yeah, I think Caleb told him he was going to Oklahoma State.
I think so. Well, he knocked him down, and he might have just asked him if he enjoyed pancakes or wanted some more, or said, yeah, maybe, hey.
Would you like some syrup on that?
Hey, if you ever want to come watch the Cowboys play, I can probably get you some tickets. Might have been what he said. I had lunch today with his dad, Eddie Hackelman, and he was talking about Caleb getting ready to go. Here you think about it, Caleb Hackelman, Akari Johnson, both of these guys enrolling early. About 8 weeks or so here, they're going to be off in college, and it just happens quick. We're hoping that we got another 5 weeks of football before that. And December 13th, they're going to have a big ceremony for those guys. All the Hawk fans can come out and love on all these guys that are signing, I think. And anyway, it's coming up pretty quick. Those guys joining a lot of those folks who early enroll and get started for college. Hawks set to kick off once again with 11.3 seconds remaining in this first half. And I believe I would just squib this thing down the field. It'll be a high end-over-end kick. Fielded at the 15-yard line.
Wow, great stop by number 11, Jaden Scales.
Number 8, Aiden Barnett receives the
Boy, Barnett trying to get something set up to go to the left side, and all of a sudden Scales just comes flying through the formation, like you said. Tons of tempo there.
And it looked like there was a lane should Jaden not have been able to get there as quick as he did.
Yeah, that thing was getting set up. I thought we were going to have a pretty decent return. Then all of a sudden I see a gold jersey flying into the frame there to bring him down. Rusk with it at the 21-yard line. 7 seconds. You feel like maybe they kneel on it here and content to take this thing to halftime and try to regroup and come out of the half. Let's see. And that's what we get. A kneel down on the ball, and that's going to do it for the first half. Your score after 2. Hawks 34, Eagles 7. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll bring you halftime here. Just as a reminder, in playoffs, the teams perform to their own prospective crowds, and so you'll see Rusk play for their home crowd on the opposite side. And then we'll bring you the Pleasant Grove Showstoppers and, of course, the Pride in Motion Band following them. It's halftime here. Hawks lead it 34-7. Maybe somebody on Facebook can pin a comment that the score is 34-7 because inevitably, every time during halftime, that's when somebody gets on and says, what's the score? Our score brought to you by Commercial National Bank. We usually take it off during halftime. Maybe we'll keep it up there this time, Caleb, just so that people know what we're doing during halftime. So Caleb says we can do it. We're going to keep it up there. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Our 2023-2024 Eagle Belt officers are Social Officers Jalen Powers, Elena Brinkley, and Jada Nelson. Lieutenant Christina Alaniz, Captain Caitlin Hensley, and Major Mariana Marin. The Spirit Medal of the Week is Jonay Fernandez. Watch now as the Bells perform a routine to the Taylor Swift hit, Shake It Off. And now let's welcome to the field the Rusk High School twirler. They are senior Jayla Sessions, sophomore Allie Buckhope, sophomore Carlia Stapleton, sophomore Brianna White, freshman Lizzie Arrington, and freshman Katie Morris. The majorettes are coached and choreographed by Miss Erin Rock. The majorettes will be performing a fun routine to the crowd favorite, the Hay Song. Rusk Eagle fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Rusk High School, the Fighting Eagle Marching Band. Directors for the Rusk High School Band are Garrett Blankenship, Brittany Thetford, Matthew Foster, and Haley Hollowell.
Please direct your attention to the center of the field for a performance by the American Dance and Drill Team 2023 National Champion Medium Team, the award-winning Pleasant Grove Showstoppers. Social officers for 2023-24 are President Riley Richardson, Vice President Rachel Davidson, Treasurer Sarah Richardson, Chaplain Zoe Potter, and Social Media Chair Addie Sun. Our 2023 Showstopper officers are Junior Lieutenant Amy Womack, Senior Lieutenant Lauren Hornsby, Senior Lieutenant Nora Jordan, and the Showstopper Captain is Senior Jace Ramos. The Showstoppers are under the direction of Miss Christy Robinson, and in celebration of the 40th anniversary, will perform a newly choreographed field version of the traditional spring show kick routine to Magnificent Seven. the Pleasant Grove Showstoppers. Thank you to all of our magnificent sponsors. From this year, one more big round of applause for your Pleasant Grove Showstoppers. And now the Pleasant Grove Independent School District proudly presents for your continuing halftime entertainment the award-winning Pleasant Grove Pride in Motion Band. The Pride in Motion Band is led on the field by junior drum majors Deanna Dyer and Owen Brassa. Color guard captains are senior Lizzie Patch and junior Jayla Tank. Now the Pride in Motion Band will feature their award-winning color guard performing a routine to Land of 1,000 Dances. And now, Hawk fans, get on your feet for the fight song. The Pleasant Grove High School Band. The Pride in Motion Band is under the direction of Jay Sutton, assisted by Jody Digby, Devin Sipes, Anna Sutton, Kevin Sutton, and Ed Grissom. This week's section of the week is the Mellophones. Veteran of the week is Lizzie Patch, and new member of the week is Valeria Herrera. We would like to thank the Pleasant Grove Band Booster Club, School Board, and Administration for their continued support of our program. Thanks also to our Pride in Motion Band corporate sponsors, Browning Homes, Hawkins Tree and Landscaping, Discount Wood and Tire, Bubba Green Towing, Walk-On, Red River Record Service, Living Well Chiropractic, Dodge Reynolds and Sales, or Hyundai of Texarkana, or Honda of Texarkana, Texarkana Harley Davidson, Wright's Auto Body and Glass, Monjuni's Italian Cafe and Grocery, Edwell, Twin City Collision, Next Home Realty Advisors, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, Garrett Sporting Goods and Guns, and Rocky Creek Outdoor.
You're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV. Care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV. We have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Super Center. In Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, the Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit gregorauto.com.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Here at Local Habit Coffee Company, we are true coffee connoisseurs and the area's only third-wave coffee shop. We are excited as football and fall rolls around to introduce this year's fall drink lineup. We have an all-organic homemade pumpkin spice latte, a delicious s'mores latte, and finally, a smoked maple bourbon cortado that can only be described as fall in a cup. No matter what your preference, you can get your dose of fall right here at Local Habit. We cannot wait to see you in one of our shops, and remember to go make something good happen.
You've waited long enough to achieve your dreams. At Texarkana College, now is your time to train for a new career or earn a college degree.
I got a fresh start at TC.
I didn't know where to start until TC.
It was finally my time to start at TC.
I'm finishing when I started at TC.
Texarkana College, it's your time to start or start over.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, Orr BMW, Orr Cadillac, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Super Center. In Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Gregor Marine and RV, Gregor Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit gregorauto.com.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove. The teams have retaken the field as we get ready to start the third quarter. Of course, the Eagles, so actually the Hawks have retaken the field. The Eagles have yet to make it back to the field.
Well, I've got a little homework to do this coming week.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn all of the defensive play calls.
Yes, yeah, that's
so next week I might be able to call the second half for the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
Yeah, see, Coach Kennedy came up here. I told him, hey, let's just switch jobs, and he said, do you know the defensive play calls? I told him I wasn't the one that gave up 7 points. So there you go. See, folks, that's the foolishness you are shielded from by not having to listen to everything off the air. While we wait on Russ to get out here, let's give you some updates. Caddo Mills up 28-3 over Farmersville. Just over a minute left in the first half of that one. So if that thing holds true, they will be our opponent next week. Gilmer is now up 41-14 over Center. So the Buckeyes, number 2, coming out of our district, holding their own there. Hooks, my alma mater, up 23-6 over Edgewood. And Spring Hill, who we played last week here, they are down 28-7 to the Van Vandals. And so it looks like maybe a split for the 2 districts with the 1 and 2 seeds in both, at least right now, all comfortably in the lead. Texas High up 17-6 over the Terrell Tigers. Salina, who's leading Paris, 21-0. Redwater played West Rusk last night, and West Rusk got the better of that one, 33-14. But the Dragons making the playoffs for the first time in a good while. So good to see them getting their program built up and rolling on from there. Rusk fight song is the same fight song we had at Hooks. They start playing it out. Start automatically drumming my fingers on the table here.
It sort of reminds me of maybe Rudy.
Yeah, it's Notre Dame's fight song. That's exactly what it is. Although I can't root for Notre Dame, so I don't ever talk about that part.
It's a good story, though. Little Rudiger.
Rudiger. We want to remind you that we could not bring these games to you each and every week without our wonderful sponsors who help us do that. Of course, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, State Bank, Reliance Mechanical Contractors, Roe Casa Organics, Texas A&M Texarkana, Browning Homes Construction. You'll see their logos all around the corners of the screen each and every week. Of course, our scoreboard brought to you by Commercial National Bank, and the replays brought to you by Texar. Caleb Jones set to kick off with the ball in the middle of the 40-yard line. Booming end-over-end kick all the way back to the 6-yard line. Aiden Bennett trying to bring it out from there. The ball's down. The Hawks have it. Touchdown, Pleasant Grove. Christian Reitner, the senior, on special teams, scoops up the fumble. And he is in for the score, and the Hawks getting this crowd fired up. Some folks hadn't even got set down good with their nachos, Jay.
Well, I was about to say we've got 24 minutes of football left, so there could be some football to be played. But when you start a half out like that, that's got to take all the air out of the Rusk Eagles.
You know, they went in and made some halftime adjustments, had an offensive plan that probably wasn't on it. Waiting on Caleb Jones' extra point. His kick is up, and it is good. 11:53 remaining in the third. Hawks spread this thing out 40-7. We'll take a break. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day. All right, folks, other than 7 seconds coming off the clock, things look exactly how they did when we came out of the second half locker room. Except now the Hawks lead 40-7. And Caleb Jones is set to kick off once again. Aiden Bennett fumbled on the return last time, and Christian Reitner for the Hawks scooped it up and went in for the score. Now Caleb Jones kicks once again. This time it bounces on the ground, fielded at the 5-yard line. Once again by Barnett. And now he has a head of steam. He's going to get it all the way up to midfield, and he's brought down from behind by Justin Castile, but Bennett redeeming himself a little bit on that one with a good return. He's a little bit shaken up coming off of that. They make his way over there, and he came down on top of the football, pulled down from behind, and might have knocked the wind out of him there, and hopefully he'll be okay on that side. But now, Rusk taking over 1st and 10 at midfield, and we'll see what adjustments, if any, their offense has made. They have the receivers in tight on the right side. One man out wide left to the left. And they hand it off to Bryson Griffin. He's still got his feet moving. The Hawks trying to pull on the ball in his jersey and everything else. Several Hawks involved with that, and Griffin gets up wanting to get in some folks' face. He doesn't have a helmet on, not the best approach as far as self-preservation goes.
Yeah, he kept those legs pumping, and until Lance Jackson grabbed his jersey and started pulling him the different direction.
Makes it 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard pickup. 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side. Handoff this time to Spencer Barnett. You can see Ty Boozer fired up after coming and making that tackle.
Yeah, Ty Boozer just basically comes right off the line and follows the guard and tackle and makes a tackle from behind there for just a short gain for the Eagles.
It'll make it 3rd down and 2. Eagles all on the ground. Griffith back in, but he is not going to get the first down. Brought down in the backfield, Caden McFadden coming around the corner. And he meets his counterpart, number 1, Bryson Griffin, in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple. We've got 4th down and 4 now with the ball back to the 44-yard line. Of course, the Eagles keeping the offense out there on the field. They are down 33 points, and they got to get something rolling here to have a chance in this one. Clock rolling inside of 10-13. Quarterback wants to throw, fire across the middle, has a man there, and it's caught. That's Smallwood. He's going to be brought down by Xavion Johnson, but it's enough to move the sticks all the way down to the Hawk 25-yard line. And Smallwood just running a little crossing route.
Yeah, I don't think Smallwood feels the best.
Yeah, a little woozy coming at the end of that. Didn't seem like a particularly hard hit, but might have hit there, or were they? Might have had a little bite to eat at halftime. I don't know. Barrier with the snap, hands it off to Griffin again. Griffin trying to cut it into the middle. Tried to see what he could get around the corner, turn north and south there at the end. There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a hold. It's going to back them up 10 yards. Landon West came up to make a tackle. 9:48 here in this 3rd quarter. Commercial National Bank scoreboard brought to you each week by Commercial National Bank down there on the bottom of our screen. Keep up with our score throughout the game. Everybody in tight, and now they send Drew Lane in motion. Hand the ball to Griffiths again, and the ball comes out, it looks like. Brought down there. Looks like that ball bounced around for a second. Able to get back on it. No gain on the play, though. Jackson with the stop for the Hawks.
Yeah, B.J. Rochelle and Eddie Tank continue to do a great job just blistering that center line of the Rusk Eagles.
2nd and 18 now, and they've got a little bit of movement. Look like some movement over there. We'll see if they say the Hawks started at first. 63 for them was moving, but that's what may have had. Yeah, it's going to be offsides against the Hawks. May have had some gold jerseys in his face. So they'll move it up 5 yards. Make it 2nd down and 13 to go.
Well, a special shout out to Foam Pros. They're our game sponsor. UIL decided to make this a funding mechanism for their organization. And so to stream the playoff games, have to send them a little check. And Foam Pros did that for us tonight to be able to bring this to you.
2 receivers to each side of barrier. He wants to throw to the right. The ball's tipped and it's intercepted. KJ McFadden knocks it up in the air, and it gives Akari Johnson enough time to get under it. He had one negated early by penalty. This one goes in the stat book for Akari Johnson. You see Caden McFadden tips it in the air, and then Akari able to get under it. Hawk ball at the 25-yard line.
That's why you run the tip drill. Good heads-up play there by Akari.
So the Hawk offense now on the field for the first time here in the second half. 8:49 remaining in the third quarter. Pleasant Grove splits 2 receivers to each side. The tailback is Jalen Boardley. Akari wants to throw, looks to his left, firing down the middle of the field. Intended for KJ Reeder. Just out of reach of the senior slot receiver.
Attention. There is a car in the parking lot that your alarm is continuing to go off. License plate SRL 0375. It's a Beamer.
Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 8:44. Hawks are going to send Castile and Gibson out to the left side. Other folks are in tight. Jalen Boardley on the carry here. Jalen Boardley trying to turn the corner, and he has enough for the first down. Jalen Boardley down the opposite sideline. Shoved out of bounds inside Eagle territory.
And number 10 there with the stop for the Eagles, Elijah Francis.
And that play took a minute to develop, it seemed like, and all of a sudden when Jalen turned the corner, he was getting on down the field, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 49-yard line, just shy of midfield. First down, though. 2 receivers left side, 1 right side. Fake the handoff to KJ. Akari throws. Caught. Jackson Gibson.
Johnson's pass complete to number 4.
Jackson Gibson finds an opening out there in the secondary. Picks up 12 yards on the play. Knocked out of bounds at the 39. First down, Hawks.
Yeah, Spencer Barnett there for the coverage. All he could do is just follow him out of bounds, but not before enough yardage for Jackson Gibson to add a first down play for Pleasant Grove.
Jackson, a good route runner, and if you don't stay right tight on him, he can make some space for himself to be able to get in there and catch the ball. 2 to the left side now, and they move man over to the right side. Zoom sweep, Justin Castile trying to turn the corner. Castile fighting for some yardage. He's going to end up losing a yard on that play. That one was read well by the Eagle defense.
Yeah, number 70, Micah Givens, just grabs just enough of his jersey to keep Justin Castile from breaking the edge there.
We'll roll inside of 8 minutes now here in this third quarter as we chew on some clock. 2nd down and 11 from the 39. Hawks break the huddle with 25 seconds on the play clock. 1 man wide to the left is KJ Reeder. Akari looks in that direction. Now looking back down the field. And it is incomplete. Reeder had position, had a couple of guys on him, and that was just a really good play there by Aiden Barnett. He might be a little shaken up down there. It looks like he's got a cramp going on there, and he did a good job to be able to knock that ball away to keep Reeder from being able to pull it in. It does stop the clock with 7:34. left here in the third. Third down and 11. Let you know, Hawk fans, that the 4 teams involved in tonight's playoffs, so Rusk, Pleasant Grove, as well as Farmersville and Caddo Mills, all made an agreement that next week's game of the 2 winners will be next Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. at Melissa's new Coach Kenny Deal Stadium. And so a brand new, beautiful facility over there north of the Metroplex in Melissa next Thursday, 6:30. The winner of tonight's game playing the winner of Caddo Mills and Farmersville.
And for those of you that like a challenge, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Beat it.
Not in a school bus, we ain't going to beat it. Third down and 11. 2 receivers split to each side. Jalen Bordley is the tailback. He gets the fake handoff, throws it underneath. Torian Phillips, little tunnel screen, and Torian Phillips has more. Torian Phillips at the 20, brought down inside the 15 at about the 14. Torian Phillips patiently following those big guys up front. Now the Hawks using some tempo here. First down in the red zone. 2 left, 1 right. Handoff Bordley. Jalen Bordley. He's going to be hit quickly. Elijah Francis wraps Bordley up at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10.
And that's back-to-back stops for Elijah Francis. Takes him over 70 tackles for the year for the Eagles.
Fake to Bordley this time, and Akari wants to throw. He's going to pull it down. Akari Johnson at the 10. Touchdown, Hawks. Nobody was in between Akari and the end zone, and he says, hey, I'll take what you give me. And the senior quarterback adds one with his legs. When Akari pulled that thing down, there was nothing but alternating green grass patches between he and that black end zone. And he said, I'll punch it in from there. Waiting on Caleb Jones' kick. He's missed a couple of them tonight. This one is up, and it is good. 6:46 left in the third quarter. Pleasant Grove, 47. Eagles, 7. Akari Johnson from 14 yards out does it on his own. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day. Welcome back, folks, as we get ready to kick off once again. 6:46 remaining in the third. And Caleb Jones and company making their way out here. The Hawk offense continued to move it down the field, and Akari Johnson running that one in. For the score. Booming kick by Caleb all the way back to the 3-yard line. Goes Barnett. He looks for some room in the middle, and he is rocked at the end of that play. It's Terrell Patton coming up to make that tackle.
Kickoff carry by number 8.
Yeah, outside of one kickoff, the kickoff team has done a good job at limiting the field position that the Eagles have gotten off of their kickoff returns.
And even got him a score off of it with Christian Wright. So the Eagles come out now, first down and 10 at their own 23-yard line. KJ Greer there in the middle of the defense. Elrod out there playing outside linebacker for the Hawks. The Eagles hand the ball off to Bryson Griffin. He's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line, a pickup of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Bryson makes a pretty good spin move to get a couple of extra yards.
Well, the Hawks are saying they got the ball here. It looked like there was a little scrum at the end of this. There's a lot of conversation going on out here between the officials, and it's Hawk ball. I don't know if we have a replay on that. I didn't notice the ball coming out, but this defense said we had it. Let's see here.
Well, I think it's that spin move when he lost the ball.
Griffin came around, yeah. You see the ball out there, and then in a scrum, and the Hawks have it. And so Pleasant Grove once again in business at the 29-yard line of the Eagles. Six minutes and 17 seconds left in this third quarter. Ball changes hands on a turnover once again. Nick Bell's the tailback out there. Corey Johnson now joins him in the backfield. 2 receivers over on the right side, 2 on the left side. Akari looking left, now looking back right, firing down the middle of the field, trying to hit Torian Phillips. Caught, touchdown, Hawks, Torian Phillips. His 2nd score of the evening. The Hawks lead 53-7, waiting on the Caleb Jones extra point. So the Hawks defense gets a turnover, and 1 play later, Torian Phillips. That's a cowbell player down there. Kick is up and good. 6:17 left in the third quarter. Hawks 54, Eagles 7. See Akari survey the field. He hits Phillips in the end zone. We'll take a break. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Another crosstown score, Texas High 31.
You've waited long enough to achieve your dreams. At Texarkana College, now is your time to train for a new career or earn a college degree.
I got a fresh start at TC.
I didn't know where to start until TC.
It was finally my time to start at TC.
I'm finishing when I started at TC.
Texarkana College, it's your time to start or start over.
6:17 left in the third quarter. The Hawks swell the lead 54-7 after the Akari Johnson to Torian Phillips touchdown.
Kathleen Young, a shout out watching from Albert Pike tonight. Appreciate each one of y'all watching tonight.
Beautiful place to be hanging out on a cool evening. All the leaves are starting to turn colors up there.
Hopefully they're around the campfire and not in the cabin.
Caleb Jones. Deep kick all the way back to the 4-yard line. Spencer Barnett looking for some room around the right side. He tries to cut it back up, and he gets it across the 35-yard line. Brought down around the 37. Roland Ritchie making the stop for the Hawks. 6:05 left in the third. We'll see what the Eagles come out here with. Caddo Mills is up 28-3 over Farmersville at the half. That's the next opponent up over here on this side of the bracket. Handoff goes to Bryson Griffin again, and once again the Hawks out here on it. Caden McFadden. And several times tonight, number 1 in gold has met number 1 in white. In most of those encounters, the advantage has gone to Caden McFadden.
Yeah, you mentioned Caddo Mills. I was looking up their stats. They've been averaging 39 points a game coming into tonight. And the one thing that may concern them if they face Pleasant Grove next week is they're allowing 29.2 points per game. So I would expect the game to possibly be pretty high scoring should Caddo Mills end up pulling it out.
Griffith on the carry again, and he takes a shot from Jalen Boardley. You can hear the crowd react to that. Boardley comes up and puts a lick on him. After a pickup of about 3, 3rd down and 7 now. Clock rolling inside of 5 minutes left in this third quarter.
Yeah, Boardley doing a little double duty out there on defense right now.
Everyone in tight. Quarterback wants to throw. The ball was tipped, but it's still caught. Complete out to Brady Barrier. Again, he came in as their leading, Braden Grimes. He came in as their leading receiver. He's a junior. This Rusk team, if you look at them on paper, not a ton of seniors out there. Got a lot of young cats playing. The quarterback is a sophomore. Griffith, their big tailback, he is a senior.
And the Bennett brothers are only juniors.
Very much like the Hawks, they got a lot of young cats out there that can play at times as well. This time Barrier has nowhere to go down the field. He's going to pull it down, run out of bounds, being pursued by Jamon Wheeler. That'll stop the clock temporarily with 4:07.
And it is going to come back. I believe that we've got some holding on the Eagles.
Yeah, it looked like one of the Hawk players was laying on the ground there, so. We have a 10-yard penalty. Back this thing up and keep it first down, but it does move the ball back across midfield. Back to the 44-yard line. Jay, you're going hunting out tomorrow on my deer cam. Just come up on my watch. Showed me some hogs out there on mine.
Nothing wrong with sausage and bacon.
2 receivers left side, then they send another receiver over there. Quarterback pitches it out. Little wide receiver screen set up to Braden Grimes with the Hawks closing in on it. It'll be a pickup of about 9 yards on the play. They get most of the holding penalty back. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Jaden Scales coming up to make that stop for the Hawks.
Correction, 11 yards, 2nd down.
Now the Eagles with a little bit of tempo. Again, they move everybody to the left side. Barrier pump fakes, fires down the field. Now caught this time. That's Ross Davis. He's a sophomore. He's the backup quarterback, and he came in motion across this formation there and just kind of snuck out, and he has enough for the 1st down. Scales making the stop again, but it is enough to move the sticks for the Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now they trade out. They send Davis out, and they bring Jacob Dowling in. He is a senior playing the H-back position here. Now they're going to try to follow him, but the Hawks are having none of it. And once again, Lance Jackson able to wrap up Bryson Griffin right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11. Lance Jackson has quietly had a really good game on defense tonight.
Well, a lot of the things that he's done tonight's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but he has really been one of the instrumental pieces on that defensive line tonight.
2nd and 11 with a man in motion. They fake the pitch to him, hand to Griffin again, and he takes another shot right in the middle. And I tell you, Griffin keeps coming back and running hard, trying to test that middle, and the Hawks so far tonight able to bottle it up.
Yeah, Brody Watts getting in there, linebacker, and makes a good lick on the Eagle running back there.
Watts coming downhill with some steam behind him. Watts out there, Chase Elrod. Landon West now playing defensive end. Got Caden McFadden out there patrolling the secondary. Torian Phillips playing the corner. Quarterback has to pull it down and run, being pursued, and he's going to be brought down by Elrod. Lance Jackson was coming over the top. Barrier stepped up into the pocket to get away from him, and Elrod was able to close and make the stop.
for the Eagles.
It'll be 4th and 11. You feel like you got to go for it here. The clock is rolling inside of 1:40 now. Left here in the third period.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove made a few substitutions going into this. A little pressure.
And we're going to have a delay of game.
False start called against Rusk.
Oh, false start. Looked like a delay game.
Yeah, wide receiver on the bottom of the screen wanted to get a head start on Torian Phillips, and I don't blame him.
Take what you can. This time it cost him 5 yards. It'll make it 4th down and 15 now. As they once again start the clock on the ready for play. Eagles looking over to the sideline to get the call from the coaches. Number 81, Adrian Tumlin, is out wide to the right side. They've got 3 men over there. Pitch out a little screen, and the Hawks read it well. And that's Smallwood. And he is going to be hit. And that takes a little bit of an exception to it at the end of that, but I think the Hawks just lined him up and kind of teed up on him. A little bit of frustration there from the senior wide receiver. The Eagles. Ball goes over on down to the Hawks all the way at the 42. Let's watch this replay here. Tried to get a screen set up on a pitch out, and the Hawks just come past it.
Yeah,
first man there is Castillo.
Yeah, peeking ahead to the Caddo Mills quarterback, he has amassed over 3,000 total yards passing and running the ball.
Expect him to test this secondary. Walker Wright now in at quarterback. He hands the ball to Nick Bells, and Bells with a good hard spinning run.
13, Nick Bells for the Hawks.
Bells gets 4 yards. That's a ton of effort in that 4-yard play.
Yeah, Jacob Dowling there for the stop for the Eagles.
On the offensive line, number 77, KJ Greer comes into the game.
Greer out there on offense. Spencer Stokes out there. Jaden Mathis for the Hawks. Another sophomore out there across this front line. Again, Walker Wright, quarterback, rolling left. Breaks free of a tackle. Walker Wright's going to keep his feet moving. He takes a hit out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag at the end of this play. And Hawks take a little bit of exception to their quarterback getting hit that far out of bounds. Ty Boozer coming over to share his disappointment with the choice made by the Eagle defender. But good job of Walker Wright getting out of a tackle for loss. And takes a big shot at the end of that. And I'm going to see what the call is here. I tell you, this officiating crew a couple of times has taken a long time to talk through something, and I think they have frustrated both head coaches at times tonight. Maybe just a little bit of indecision on both sides. And we've seen this both ways, and that conversation that the White Hat was just having with Coach Gibson, I've seen several times with Coach Sitton as well. That can just kind of lead to a little bit of disagreement. So there's a personal foul against the Eagles. We're going to call a personal foul against the Hawks as well, so maybe something that came after it. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it looked like the line judge made a motion that maybe a Hawk player maybe pushed back on number 44.
Gotcha. So regardless, it's Hawk ball. 2nd down and 6 to go. 11.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter here. Walker Wright in at quarterback. See now Coach sitting on his side, getting his conversation in with the White Hat. So a lot of that discussion can lead to some Frustration. Nick Bell's in the backfield with Walker Wright. Sophomore backup quarterback hands it off to Bells. Bells a sophomore as well. Nick Bells trying to cut the corner. Nick Bells has enough for the first down and still on his feet. Nick Bells all the way down to the 35-yard line. First down from there. Finally brought down by Jermichael Stearns. But Nick Bells moves the clock, moves the sticks, and the clock runs out on the third quarter. Your score after 3, Hawks 54, Eagles 7. We'll take a break and come back and get this one wrapped up from Hawk Stadium. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Welcome back, Hawk fans, as we start the fourth quarter. Walker Wright looked like he was trying to pump fake, and the ball came out. He was trying to get it to Jackson Gibson on a wide receiver screen. Goes incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 now from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, got a couple of young Hawks that have made it onto the line that I don't quite have numbers on.
Jackson Byrne out there, number 51. Spencer Stokes out there, number 61. And a flag on the play. Somebody got moving a little bit early. KJ Greer is out there. 64. I don't have him on my newest roster here for the Hawks.
He actually got the best of number 70 on the Eagles on that play. Play is stopped due to a penalty.
Second down and 15. Hand off to Nick Bells. Bells with a stiff arm, but he's unable to get free of Elijah Francis, and there's a flag that comes in late on this one. And the Eagles have a man injured on the field as they call for help for him. Looked like maybe a face mask penalty against the Eagles was called there. It's an automatic first down for the Hawks, so they're going to march this ball down the field. Yeah, I think Elijah Francis maybe just kind of cramped up there. So the penalty moves the Hawks all the way down inside the 25-yard line to the 24. It'll be first down and 10 from there. I think maybe there was a face mask as they pulled Bells down. At the end of that, Jabry in Baltimore. In at wide receiver over to the right side. Jackson Gibson in the slot to the left. Landon West playing the H-back. Pitch the ball out now. Christian Reitner, he scored a touchdown earlier on special teams. He'll lose a yard on this play trying to come around the right side. Second down and 11 from there.
Yeah, starting to see some hands on the sides of the Eagles. A lot of these guys are playing both ways for the Eagles tonight.
Castile and Gibson out to the left side for Walker Wright and company up. Got a little movement going on there. KJ Greer I don't know who moved first, but KJ Greer and Andrew Hooper were both trying to push on each other, and Greer got the best of that. Hooper almost did a backward somersault. Second down and 12 to go. 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side. Walker Wright is going to be brought down in the backfield. Had nowhere to go and couldn't get the ball out. He had a man in his face immediately, Jamarion Sims.
Yeah, just nowhere to go for quarterback to find an open hawk. Backs it up to 3rd and a lot. But most importantly, that clock keeps ticking. Takes us just under 10 minutes remaining in the ball game.
2 receivers now split to each side for Walker Wright on 3rd down and 27. He wants to throw again, has some in his face, throws it. Landon West catches it. He's going to get it down to the 30, and we'll have 4th down.
Cody Smallwood there for the stop, but not before West was able to get half of the distance back.
It'll be 4th down and 15 to go now. Clock inside of 9 minutes by the time we get this one snapped. And we got another flag here. Got some guys get moving a little bit too quickly down there.
And you've got some new guys out there, and plus a new quarterback with a different cadence.
And Coach Gibson says, first offense, let's go. Here on 4th down, 4th and 21, and got the first O. Kari Johnson and company coming back in there. Nick Bell's in at tailback. Everybody else split wide for Kari Johnson. He drops back, has some pressure. Guys firing down the field. Lance Jackson has it. He has enough for the first down. Knocked out of bounds near the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Hawks. And Coach Gibson says if we're going to be that far behind the sticks, let's put the first O in there and see if we can't get it. On 4th and 21, the Hawks turn it into 1st and goal on a pass from Akari Johnson to Lance Jackson. Two receivers split to each side. Nick Bales at tailback. Akari wants to throw. Rolling left. Akari Johnson pulls it down and in. Touchdown Hawks, Akari Johnson. He turns on the jets and decides he wants to get the corner. You can see the distance spread between him and the pursuing defenders.
Yeah, Akari just a phenomenal athlete. Able to do all sorts of things with his legs, his arms. And a couple times tonight just been impressive, tucking that ball and getting it into the end zone.
Waiting on the extra point now. The kick is up, and it's good. 8:22 remaining in the ball game. Hawks 61, Eagles 7. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana. Game day. Akari Johnson sees the corner of his end zone and says, "Don't mind if I do." We'll be back after this.
Here at Local Habit Coffee Company, we are true coffee connoisseurs and the area's only third-wave coffee shop. We are excited as football and fall rolls around to introduce this year's fall drink lineup. We have an all-organic homemade pumpkin spice latte, a delicious s'mores latte, and finally, a smoked maple bourbon cortado that can only be described as fall in a cup. No matter what your preference, you can get your dose of fall right here at Local Habit. We cannot wait to see you in one of our shops, and remember to go make something good happen.
Welcome back to Pleasant Grove. 8:22 remaining in the ball game. The Hawks up 61-7 after Akari Johnson adds another touchdown with his legs. This one from 5 yards out. Of course, the big first down pass down to Lance Jackson setting up that score. So Caleb Jones set to kick off for the 9th time. Well, maybe 10th time if we count the opening kickoff of the second half. And the ball falls off the tee, so we're going to get back up and do it again. Booming kick all the way down to the 10-yard line, fielded there by the deep man for the Eagles. He gets it up to the 25-yard line before Roland Ritchie makes the tackle for the Hawks. He brings Barnett down at the 27. And so that's where the Eagles will have it, first down and 10. Well, we were talking about it there. You had the backups in there on that drive, and you see the Eagles were kind of blitzing there against Walker Wright and some of the backups, and Coach Gibson says put the first O back in there and see if we can get out of this fourth down.
Well, and it was great play design, and Lance Jackson was able to just get just underneath the coverage there and got it within the 10-yard line, and then Kari gets it in there.
Penalty backed up the Eagles to their own 15-yard line. This time the handoff goes to Grimes. You got a bunch of young cats in there for the Hawks helping make that tackle. Number 44, Jalen Foster. 53, Isaiah Wooten is out there. Terrell Patton is out there. James Solomon, a sophomore, strong safety. Watched him on the JV game a couple of weeks ago, and he was pretty impressive running the ball in that game. Look for good things coming from him in the future.
Well, and it's just good for them to be able to get some experience tonight. You never know when that may come in handy later in this season, but definitely makes them stronger for next year.
Jordan Patterson out there in the ball game. A couple other young guys will have to work on getting updated rosters here. This time Spencer Barnett on the carry. He's going to be brought down by Terrell Patton with help from Isaiah Wooten. .648 now in the ball game. Handoff once again to Barnett. Hawks reading it well. 17 and 19 in there. Again, don't have the
definitely starting to hear
roster sizes.
Definitely starting to hear the band getting the crowd and cheerleaders riled up.
Sutton's got them cranked up and rolling now inside of 6 minutes left in the game. And now the Eagles just milking some clock. 2 receivers left side, 1 receiver right side. Hand the ball off once again to Barnett. He's going to be brought down just shy of the first down. It'll be third down and about 2.
Yeah, Brody Watts there, just basically going down the line of scrimmage, waiting for number 2 to give him a shot. Was able to bring him down, but not before the Eagles do add in first down to the stats.
That front line now, you got KJ Greer, a sophomore, Jalen Foster, a sophomore, Isaiah Wooten, a senior, playing down there. Number 50, not on my roster, not on the one online, so they don't have it updated there either. Everybody in tight now for the Eagles. Hawks showing some pressure. And Barnett on the carry. Picked up maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, number 50 there making a good stop for Pleasant Grove.
Of course, you move into the playoffs, you got a lot of those guys from the JV team and some of the guys from the freshman team probably moving up to be a part of the action.
Game 34, Eli Halton.
Again, the Hawks will play next Thursday night, 6:30 start time. Same as tonight, except this time the game is in Melissa. Barnett again breaks the tackle in the backfield, and then several Hawks are involved in this, and they bring him down quickly. Wooten, the first man back there for the Hawks, and several other guys coming in to help clean it up. You see 64 out there. Sure who that is, and we'll work to get that. The last update in the Caddo Mills Farmersville game was at halftime. It was 28-3 Caddo Mills. No one's updated that one since then in the app that I have. I'll try to reset it here. (28-10) now, Caddo Mills. 2:30 left in the third. Carter Holland getting the carry that time for the Eagles.
Good stop by the defense there. KJ Reeder going back and
punt.
You give KJ enough time to get this punt in his hands, he could be dangerous.
Carlos Galan set to punt this thing for Rusk. It'll be somewhere around 2:45 when this thing is snapped. A little bit high. Galan able to get it out. The Hawks say get away from it. Bounces at the 25. And it'll take a Rusk roll down inside the 20. Down to the 17-yard line. Hawks will have it there. 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the ball game. Looks like the Gilmer Buckeyes should get a win tonight. They're up 48-14 over Center. Texas High up 31-6 over Terrell at halftime in that one. My alma mater, the Hooks Hornets, up 51-14. Big lead for the Hornets. 2:25 left in the second quarter of that one. Spring Hill trailing Van 35-7 at halftime in that ball game. And now Walker Wright and company come back out on the field as the Hawk drumline plays the monkey beat. The tailback is Jordan Patterson. He gets the handoff. Patterson will be bottled up quickly. Jaden Mathis, the sophomore, is out there playing center for the Hawks. We got 74 coming in. We got a lot of guys. We'll have to get some names lined out between here and next week. Right, hands off to Patterson. Patterson trying to come left. Couldn't ever make the corner. Jacob Dowling bringing him down. It'll be third down and 10. Hawk fans, will do our best to be able to bring you the game next week. You get into the playoffs and things get really funky with the UIL and some of their relationships. we will have you coverage one way or the other. If not via video, we will have it on the radio. Stay tuned to obviously the Pleasant Grove Facebook pages, pghawks.com, also the Pleasant Grove Booster Club. We'll let you know what's going on to move next week. But first, we've got to deal with a Jordan Patterson run straight up the middle. Man, I thought he was going to be able to break it free, Jay. I think he thought so too. Just trip down from behind. It'll be enough to move the chains, though, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Yeah, there was only one Eagle left to keep Pleasant Grove off the board with the clock ticking just under 50 seconds as we speak.
The Hawks are just going to kneel on it here. And let the play clock roll down as long as it can. They're not going to have to snap it again, and that's going to do it. Round 1 of by-district action. Your Hawks are by-district champs over the Rusk Eagles. Risk Rusk a safe trip home. We alluded to it earlier. You probably expect you may cross paths with their baseball team later on in the season. And we risk them the best of luck. But we will be Thursday night next week in Melissa. Round 2 of the playoffs. Looks like it's going to be Caddo Mills unless Farmersville comes back. But regardless of who it is, the Hawks will be at Melissa next week, 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. The Hawks are the home team. Jay, we put 61 points on the board tonight. Tell us how we did it.
Well, I mean, I think it was just a total team effort. You know, had a kickoff for fumble return, had an interception tonight that led to some points. Makari Johnson, I believe, was responsible for 6 touchdowns tonight, 3 on the ground and three through the air. And it was just a total effort on Pleasant Grove tonight. Defense continues to be the strength of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense did a good job of playing through. Here you see some plays from this evening. Makari Johnson. First touchdown here caught, Lance Jackson. And then you got a touchdown run by Bordley. 96 yards away. Reverse field all at the beginning of the game and got the crowd fired up early here. And a little pitch out here. The ball bounced around. K-Mac tries to pick it up, gets it again all the way back to the 25. Trey Carson commented about this on Facebook and said this needs to be an ESPN top 10 play. Caden McFadden goes airborne at the 4 and in for the score. Makari Johnson then looking to throw. Eludes pressure. And he fired it down the field and hit right there in order. And then he picked it off here. Watch the ball bouncing in the air. Tipped a few times and gets the interception. Caden McFadden now running left again. Another touchdown pass here. Or this may be a run from Makari. Yeah, this is the one he pulls it down. Nothing but green grass. And Makari Johnson says, hey, I'll take it. Gets in there. Now he looks to throw. Torian Phillips high pointing the ball, being able to pull that one down. This one toward the end of the game when the first O came back in there and Makari beat several would-be defenders into the corner of the end zone for your final 61-7 difference here. And there you see the Hawks in what will be the final home game of the season. Last week was senior night. Came back for an encore here, and you can see Coach Sinton addressing his team at the end of it. Jay, if you want to end the season on a win, you got to win week 1. The Hawks do it here, 61-7 at home. A big win next week, heading down the road to Melissa. Any final thoughts?
Well, I hope that everyone makes the trip. And if not, we will do everything that we can to try to get this streamed. And if you would like to become a sponsor of next week's stream,
absolutely,
give Morgan a call. But on that note, I'll just say, go Hawks.
Go Hawks. For Matt Fry, Jay Davis, and everyone here on Texarkana Game Day. We will see you next week in Melissa, 6:30 on Thursday, round 2. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.